such sights to show you.
Never alone.
Let this be a lesson to you. Say no to drugs.
You are all my children now.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Vintage Horror Podcast, where we talk about all horror, not just the vintage kind. I'm your host, Kyle, and with me today, I have Rob.
Hey, how's it going?
And Mark.
What's up, Rob? Fuck. What's up?
Switch that up on you guys. You didn't expect it.
Well, you were looking at me, and then you said Rob's name.
No, 100% he saw me about to take a drink. He was going to try to catch me off guard.
Kyle, I have a quick question for you. Do you ever flash your panties in public?
Definitely not on purpose. So
that doesn't make it in there.
Today we'll be talking about Rawhead Rex from 1986, not 1987, like Rob said on the last podcast.
Did he?
Yeah.
It was released in 87, was it not?
In the U.S. and the UK, where it was filmed, it was released in 1986.
But the U.S. is the only place that
I
matters.
have the UK date as 87 too.
Well, you better re-Google
April
that
17th.
shit. It's wrong, so I'm letting you know now.
It's all good.
Google.com.
I don't care.
Okay. But first, we will crack a cold one open with the boys. So, I mean, not a lot has happened, obviously, because it's only been a few days. So, unless anything stellar's happened to you guys, I say we just jump into a topic we can crack open.
That works for me.
Nothing, right? Nothing exciting?
When did we record on Friday?
Friday.
Yeah.
No, nothing. Oh wait, no, Kyle. We went to the mall.
We had Olive Garden.
Dude, Olive Garden. I love you, Olive Garden. Shout out Olive
Sponsor
Garden.
us, Olive Garden.
Send me $1, Olive Garden.
All right.
Yeah.
so-
Other than that, no, nothing really for me.
yeah,
Nothing for you, Kyle.
worked.
Well, I think we all worked.
Don't fucking tell me what I did.
You just said you worked.
So, yeah. Oh, shout out to Andrew. Had a baby yesterday.
Yesterday. Last night.
Shout out to Andrew.
Big Papa Andrew.
Born. I think it's born the same day. Meghan Markle and what's his name's baby was born.
Yep.
That's what you're saying. It's royalty.
No. Shout out to Big Dick Andrew. All right, let's crack this shit open. Mark, what do you got for us, bro?
I don't know. I don't know if it's similar to last week, or the other day. How do you guys feel about like sequels, prequels, and stuff like that? Do you think they ruin movies?
Okay, I'll go first, I guess,
Yeah.
since Rob's keeping his mouth shut.
He's drinking Chardonnay.
I would say, okay. Sequels, no, I don't think they ruin movies. Because I don't think they take away, necessarily. If anything, they add on. Prequels, I don't particularly enjoy, at least with horror movies.
The reason I asked this is because the other day I saw someone that had like a sequel suck shirt. So.
Well, that's almost like the Scream 2 talk that they had in the classroom.
Yeah.
Because it's rare that sequels outdo the originals, which, okay. But I don't think they ruin a movie. But I feel like prequels do, because I feel like it's going back and trying to rewrite history sometimes. Or giving it more plot than you need. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't give like a specific example right now, because I don't think in horror you see too many prequels.
Yeah. Like I would say with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from the 2000s, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning I thought was good. It didn't really ruin anything.
Is that the one that's on Netflix still?
I don't know if it's on Netflix.
Because
I should know, because all I do is browse that and don't watch anything.
I feel like that's on Netflix. If that's true, then is that where they actually go into the slaughterhouse, or they show him working in the slaughterhouse or something like that? Or is that another one I'm thinking of?
No, that's a new one, I think. Like that new one. The trailer came out, it's all like Leatherface or something like that.
No, I don't think so. Either way, shit like that, I don't think. No, I think it is the beginning where they talk about how his family worked in the slaughterhouse or something like that, and like they kind of show that was the only thing that he had, and then it was shut down. And
well, the thing is that's good about that one is because what's good about that is it's because like if you remember the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like I believe the cop had no legs and stuff like that, and they had like stuff that they went back and it showed what happened, like how he got his legs cut off, I believe.
I don't care for it.
But I'm saying I think it's good. It doesn't take away from the movie like Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003.
I think that movie unfairly gets shit on.
Yeah, I think any remake gets unfairly shit on.
No, I think some people like. Oh, I don't know. You know what I realized today? So, I mean, the topic isn't.
Doesn't matter. We
remakes.
could just bullshit about anything.
Yeah,
anyway.
but so I always forget that Carrie is a horror remake. Whenever people talk about remakes, I feel like not a lot of people bring up Carrie.
Are you talking about like the one with like
Chloe?
That's what you're talking about? It's a remake?
Yeah.
You forget that's a remake?
No, I forget that like when people talk about horror remakes.
Yeah.
I forget to add that in there. People always talk about either Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, shit like that. But people rarely ever bring up like that or like Fright Night or something. People do bring up Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I actually don't mind Carrie.
I never seen the remake.
I also like Chloe Moretz. So.
Actually, all right. So, Rob, what do you feel about like sequels, prequels, and I guess we could throw remakes in there too.
Yeah, I mean, outside the horror genre, I don't see too much of a problem. I think the whole prequel sequel thing comes down to a number of major issues. So, production quality and writing. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Obviously, quite a few times on this podcast, we talked about Star Wars because that's my big thing. So when you say prequel sequels, we basically live in that life. We have the original trilogy, the prequel trilogy. Now we have the sequel trilogy, plus all these anthology films in between shows and everything like that. So I'm kind of living in this world of constant prequels and sequels. And there are things that work and things that don't. So I think another aspect, aside from writing, production, and timeliness and all that stuff that goes into the actual creation of these prequels and sequels, is fans. Fans can be a franchise's worst enemy and their best friend. Sometimes fans have just way too much expectation for what a prequel should be or what a sequel should be, that when they go in and it's not exactly what they thought it was going to be, even if it's not tight, but objectively it could be a decent film or a decent attempt, they're going to destroy it and say that it ruined their franchise. It's not what it wanted to be. So I'm not trying to attack all fans out here, but I'm saying there are sometimes people who, if their expectations are subverted, they don't exactly react with great kindness to the franchise. That being said, though, you got your stinkers. There's unfortunately a lot of stuff out there. Like, you look at Nightmare on Elm Street as time goes by with sequel after sequel after sequel after sequel. To me, in my personal opinion, it degrades over time. It does not stand up to the first two films per se.
3. People think 3 is like the best one.
3 is good.
Yeah.
3's good.
But
4's
like,
good.
I want to touch on what Kyle said.
If you say so.
There are very
Goes
few
to the fucking
times.
beach.
Yeah, there are very few. There are very few times in film history that we get sequels that truly enhance a franchise. Jaws 2, no one could have thought Jaws 2 would be on par with Jaws 1. You had this massive film that came out of nowhere, and Jaws 2 came out as an incredible film. Empire Strikes Back.
I have a question, though.
Yes.
How many people, when you ask best horror movies or horror sequels, ever say Jaws 2?
That's the first time I've ever heard anyone talk about Jaws 2.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Which is, to me, crazy because Jaws 2 is a great film.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying I don't hear people like...
Right. The way they
praise
talk
it.
about Empire as like as the first major sequel, episodic sequel. But regardless, if you want to talk about, in my opinion, horror sequels that got it right, I love Halloween 2. I love what it does connecting it to Halloween 1. I like seeing those films back to back. I love sitting down and watching them back to back. I think they complement each other well, but that's my personal opinion. Fans are going to have their own opinions. People are going to take things apart. Do I think prequels and sequels are ruining things? No. I mean, look at the Insidious franchise. That franchise is booming, and it's a realm of sequels and prequels.
Never
But
seen it.
I think at the end of the day,
Saw The Conjuring.
I think at the end of the day, you have to try to decide what your marker of success is. Is your marker of success, are the fans pleased?
I think a lot of the times the studios just say, hey, this movie made a lot of money, just make some shit up, let's go, next one.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's the thing that kind of sucks.
You
Absolutely.
say nowadays?
Well, I'm saying forever. Like,
Yeah.
it's always been like that. And, like, especially in the 80s
Yeah.
when, like, a
They
movie
literally just made shit up.
said, dude, do whatever you want to do.
Well,
Just
I mean,
put
just
Freddy in it.
go
Just put Jason in it. We don't care.
go back to Jaws. Jaws 1. Wow. We did not believe this film was going to do as well as it did. Jaws 2. Holy crap. We put a lot of money into this, and it turned out great. Jaws 3. Let's do a 3D shark.
That movie's good.
If you disrespect Jaws 3D,
Jaws
I
3D
will
is
get
good.
up
Even
out of this
start
chair
with me.
and I will fucking fist fight you.
how
How
bad
you.
the shark looks when they're, like, walking through the tunnel, like, that made me like that movie. Because I'm like, okay, that looks like terrible.
And then obviously Jaws the Revenge, Killer Shark comes back and starts following people all over the world.
What's also, too, let me cut you off real quick.
Even though I like that
I
movie.
just read today, they, I guess, agreed or something, like, they're going to redo Hellraiser again. Like, reimagine the first one over again.
Here we go.
So get 10 more Hellraisers going.
Yeah, like we're rebooting all of them in a row.
Everything gets rebooted now.
But yeah, so going back to, like I said, I think you have to look at your markers of success. Are you looking at fans? Are you looking at box office? Are you looking
Well,
at
I'm talking about your personal opinion, what you like.
me? It's for me, film is always a narrative standpoint. If it makes sense, it's twofold. If it makes sense for the narrative, sure, why not? I think a prequel or sequel could be good. Maybe it's a character in a film that I really want to see flushed out, or there was an allusion to a backstory. I know, Mark, you mentioned in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the cop with his legs cut off. You know, for you as a fan looking at it, you said, oh, cool, they went back and told a little bit of a backstory there. Where sometimes there's characters whose backstory I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Michael Myers. I don't need to know. I did not need to know a lot of. I don't want to go too much into it because I know at some point we might approach this Rob Zombie films, but there's a lot of stuff in there that I thought was that I didn't need.
That's one of the biggest gripes that people have with that.
Rob Zombie's good. That movie's good. Halloween the remake's good.
It's good, but like the thing people always talk about is I don't need to see him have a hick family that like,
Yes, you
yells at
do,
each other.
especially when the guy just yells at
And it
his
says,
family.
I will skull fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's funny, but like the more I watch it, the more I actually hate those scenes.
Yeah,
You're an idiot.
but
It's true.
No, I'm just kidding.
When I first saw it, I was like, this is awesome.
When I saw it in theaters, I liked it too, except for the guy who was like, oh my God, they ruined Michael Myers. I'm like, bro, get the fuck out of here. I went to the 10 a.m. show, and so no one would be here.
But yeah, it's the old thing is what happens is it's like a milking a cow. They just keep going and going and going until the cow dries out and dies, and that's what happens.
It's
with
gonna happen.
sequels.
It's gonna happen forever.
Yeah,
It's just that, like,
as long as the lower the box office yield, the lower the budget for the next film, and so on and so on and so on, and then you just grind out the dust. You grind a lot of times the people don't have a problem with sequels. People have a problem with studios grinding franchises into the dust over time and milking it. But then again, is it the studio's fault or is it the people who will spend their last dollar on the dust? I don't know.
Yeah, but how do you feel?
I say sequel me all day. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm down with it.
I don't see the downside.
Once I'm a
Either way.
fan, I'm a fan. Let's go.
Yeah.
Show me what you got.
There are some movies, like when we did our It Follows review, like I wanted that sequel, and I was like, you know what, it's better as a standalone.
Right. I think
That's not saying that if they made a sequel, I wouldn't be seeing it Thursday night. Yeah, I'd be seeing it Thursday night.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people feel like that about like the first iterations of movies. They're like, I would be happy if this didn't have a sequel.
Yeah.
Scream, I'd be happy. Halloween,
What are you talking about?
what?
You don't like Scream 2?
Scream 2's fine.
But
It's
you'd be
Scream 3
happy.
I don't like.
You'd be happy with no Scream 2, Scream 3, Scream 4.
Yes. If Scream honestly, think about it. If Scream just ended, you wouldn't have been happy with it?
I don't know. I can't tell because like I know they exist, so I can't like.
I know, but
I mean, Happy Death Day. I would have been happy with just one. Now
Second one's good.
Now they came out with a sequel.
Second
never
one's
saw
good.
it,
I like it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a film that I never needed a sequel. But
Friday the 13th, like I'm more
wouldn't have-
than happy that they made sequels.
we wouldn't have Jason without a sequel.
Yeah.
Well, you would have had Jason, but he would have been a little boy that popped out of a lake,
Yeah.
and that's
Well,
it.
yeah, I'm saying you wouldn't have.
Shout out Army Lehman.
And it
whatever
was-
his name
Oh,
is.
sorry, Lehman. You
Yeah,
don't even
but think about it. We didn't even get Hockey Match Jason until
Three.
Three.
Please
So
don't
if
piss me off.
if it wasn't for three, if it wasn't for two sequels, you wouldn't have an iconic horror icon. So
By the way, 3 was in 3D. You want to shit on that movie too, or what?
Kyle, don't fucking play me like that because I know you always talk shit about that until you watched it. And you're like, actually, I like it now.
No, 3D. Or
Yeah, when they do it on purpose, it's cool. With the yo-yo.
3 is a terrible movie.
Okay, let's stop.
I'm going to put it out there.
That
the
movie's not
acting's
terrible.
fucking
No,
trash.
no.
Yes, it is. And the plot is terrible. But the fact that, like, if you watch it in 3D, it's good.
That eye poke is good.
Eye poke?
The eye popping out.
Oh.
That's good.
It's
poke someone in the eye.
it's terrible. That movie sucks.
I like it.
But I like it. It's like almost so bad it's good. But I don't know.
Jason Takes Vancouver should have been in 3D.
No, it shouldn't have. But so for me, like I'll talk about Nightmare on Elm Street. I never really liked the sequels much to begin with. I don't think Dream Warriors, I don't think is as good as people make it out to be. At me. I don't care. I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but I'm saying people are like, this is like the best 80s movie of all time. I've heard that many times.
Really?
Yeah. And I don't think so.
And I think one's better than
What?
3.
Yeah.
One's obviously the best one in my opinion.
And I think 2 unfairly gets shit on.
Probably
I think
1,
2's
2,
really good.
4.
I like 9.
What the fuck did you just say?
I like 4.
Oh, I thought you meant like that was your order, like 1, 2, 4, and then 3.
Probably, yeah. Dude, when he put the sunglasses on, man, that changed my life.
That's the only part. So, okay, so you're going to fucking say the whole other part of the movie can just suck dick, but then this part where he puts sunglasses on makes it better than all the rest.
Yeah, it changed my life.
I can't.
I put sunglasses on the beach.
I don't understand.
No, I honestly, I don't. I like all the Nightmares.
Yeah.
I don't like New Nightmare, and people
I
love
don't-
that movie.
I hate
I don't
New
understand
Nightmare.
how people like that.
Spoiler alert. I don't like New Nightmare.
That's the one. New Nightmares.
Here's
where
the
he comes
that's the
into our
worst.
world.
Yeah.
That's the worst looking Freddy too.
That's a good film. I don't know
Well,
if
he's
you guys
not
thought
Freddy.
about it.
That's why.
Whatever. Then what is he?
He's supposed to be like a demon.
Yeah, whatever he looks like is the worst looking. They could have did so much better than what they did.
I don't know. People like
I
love
thought
it.
it was
I
the
don't.
best one, but
I don't know if you're joking. Or if
I'm
you're
joking on that one. That's
No,
trying
but
to
people
piss me
like
off.
that. I'm dead serious.
I
They
know
like
they
that
do.
more than
No.
Nightmare 1.
No, I understand that, and I don't understand.
And when I
Some-
read that, I'm like, I don't understand.
Some people you could slap Wes Craven's name on it. It's fucking gold.
I mean,
I'm being honest. I feel like some people idealize directors sometimes, and they can't accept that maybe they made a bad egg.
Hill's Got Eyes too.
I don't know if you're talking about Cursed, but again, I will get up out of this chair and fist fight you.
I don't think anyone likes Hill's Got Eyes too.
I don't even know if I've ever actually seen it. But so like things like
It used to be on Showtime all the time.
things like Halloween, the later ones, yeah, they're fucking terrible. H2O, obviously, we love.
I was about to
But
say,
I'm
bro,
saying
about this
the
shit
Thorn
right
trilogy.
here.
I know Rob likes the Thorn trilogy, but that shit sucks dick. I'm sorry. And yes, we appreciate them more as we get older.
Yes.
But they're really not that good of movies.
No, they're not. but
6
that's what-
is fucking terrible.
6 is not that bad.
5 is horrific.
5 is better than 4 and 6. I don't
Are
care.
you out of your mind?
4 sucks. Compared to 5, like nothing happens in 4.
Nothing happens in 5.
You're telling me,
Dude, he fucking has the sickle.
Again, here we go. Here we go. Let me guess. It changed your life.
The only thing good in part 4 is cops do it by the book.
I really hate you.
I think 4 is a good movie.
I'm saying, I used to always think 5 sucks because he was like,
It's not
he
good.
just drank soup or something. He like got better after
Yeah.
being shot 66 times.
I just like Resurrection for Busta Rhymes. That's about
Please
it.
don't. I don't understand.
I think 5 is better than 4.
I don't
Okay.
know.
I can understand. But the thing is, I see an argument there. But if you're going to tell me that the fucking later Nightmare on Elm Streets are good, you're out of
I
your mind.
don't know. I just like, I guess
5's not good.
I just like Freddy, I guess.
4's not that good.
It's good. I like it.
I have a question. Is 4 the one where he is invisible and does karate against that guy? Or is that 5?
That's 5, I think.
I get those two mixed up so much.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's 5.
But the fact that you get it mixed up and then you tell me that 4 is like one of the better ones and you can't
no, I'm
remember
saying
which
I
one's
don't.
4 or 5.
I'm saying I don't like. I'm saying I don't think they're the best movies. I like them.
I like Freddy's Dead.
Yeah, I'm
But
saying
like the 4 and 5 I don't like. And New Nightmare I don't like.
Which one's Dream
But the thing
Warrior?
is 3. So
Yeah, it's 3.
the like I don't think they take away. I don't think sequels take away. And we rarely see prequels in horror movies, like I said, but I don't think sequels take away. And even if they do suck, usually they're worth watching.
like say, with Silence of the Lambs when they had that Hannibal Rising, that movie was fucking boring.
I never saw that. I saw
It was so boring.
Silence of the Lambs and Hannibal. And that's it.
Red Dragon's good.
I didn't see.
How could you not see Red Dragon? That's your guy, Edward Norton.
He can't cry.
I don't know what that is. That like a disease?
No, like he doesn't know. He doesn't know how to. He doesn't know how to cry in movies.
I don't know. I've never heard of her.
It's terrible.
Did you ever see him in Rounders?
Oh, back to Halloween 2. So, and I Say whatever
Tread
you want.
lightly.
Say whatever you want. but-
Tread lightly.
So, Say You Love Satan did an episode on that, and they like shit on Halloween 2. Like they said
Better
like,
not go to my because I'll punch them right in their fucking face. I
They,
swear to
they
God.
said like people always think that like Halloween 2 is really good because they remember like the kills later on, like towards the end of the movie, and like shit gets fucking amped up towards the end. But they're like in the whole middle of the movie, like nothing happens.
Yeah, they need to chill.
I mean, I don't get the Thorn trilogy without that, so I need Halloween too.
Halloween 2 is great.
I like Halloween 2.
I just love the whole hospital, like just the whole thing of him like creeping around a hospital, just taking people out.
But I understand what they're saying because that doesn't happen for a while.
Yeah, it is like the middle is like a lot of nothing that goes on.
Slow burn.
But I like it. I like Dick Warlock the way he portrayed Michael in it.
Good job.
I like this scalpel. I like the blood.
Yeah,
tears.
I honestly love it.
I love that movie. But
When he walks through the glass, bro, it got me fucked up.
as slow as fuck, but still broke the glass.
Yeah, like
Dude,
don't
I love
understand
it.
how they did that.
I love it too. But so yeah, that's my feeling on it.
Yeah.
That was a
You
great
didn't really
topic.
give your 2 cents though.
Yeah.
What?
About sequels and prequels.
I said I like them. They're good.
That's it. That's literally it. We could have ended the discussion there.
No,
So
like,
do you like them? Yeah. Do you like them? Yeah. Okay.
It's probably the same thing. It's like I probably like sequels and prequels and remakes more than any other person. Probably more than you two. Like I like watching more of a story, even though sometimes it sucks.
It depends on the story.
Yeah, but I'm not like gonna be like that's stupid. But then I would say fuck it, I'll go see it.
Gotta remember, you're talking to Star Wars fans. We whore ourselves out for sequels, prequels, and spinoffs
I don't like Star Wars so.
every year. So that was a good topic.
But
Mark.
like
But I don't
with-
shit on sequels.
with like
though.
Child's Play too. Like I like all of them except for like
I never saw Child's Play 2 or 3.
What?
I've
even
never-
like Leprechauns. Like I like those too.
I fall asleep to them.
So you don't like them, dude? The
would
Leprechaun
say
3
that.
when he's in Vegas. Oh my god, so funny.
Great. Don't have to watch it now.
Which one is it when there's like the princess or whatever and like fuck, I don't remember. it almost like part of it like takes place, maybe it's a flashback, but takes place like
In medieval times.
yeah, almost. That might be 2, 3.
2 maybe, not 3. 3's in Las Vegas.
I don't know.
Is there Leprechaun 4?
Yeah, Leprechaun 4's in space.
4's in space.
Then it's like Leprechaun in the hood, Leprechaun back
Yeah.
to the hood. But yeah, I think I like them more than most
Yeah,
people do.
If we didn't have sequels, we wouldn't have Jason X, so
Jason X not that bad.
I fucking love it.
Uber Jason.
Jason 7's worse than Jason X.
Jason X is good, get over it.
I know, I like it.
I don't know why you would point that out though. Like say like 7's worse than
Because
X.
everyone loves 7 and I don't
9
really
is
like
Go to
7.
Hell. Goes
What-
to hell.
The first time I ever saw 7, I said this is literally the worst movie.
You also
I've
said that
ever
about
seen.
like 8 too, but 8's good.
8's not good.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Whoa, no, wait, 8 is Jason Takes Manhattan.
Yes.
9 is Goes to Hell.
Yeah, Goes to Hell is probably the worst
That's
movie
why- that's-
I've ever seen in my
that's the
life, and
worst
I've seen
one.
The Wicker Man with fucking Nicolas Cage. I'm just putting
You ever
that
see
out there.
you ever see The Happening?
No.
That movie fucking sucks.
That's a great movie.
Of course, Rob would like that movie. That movie fucking
Of
sucks.
course he would like. You like to go against what everybody
No, I
thinks.
don't.
Yes, you
No,
do.
I don't.
Where's Johnny? When Johnny listens to this, he's gonna call me up.
I don't, though.
He needs to call me up and say, "I heard that and I agree."
What,
gonna
what
release
do I
this
go
at-
against? Like,
We're
I don't
gonna release
understand.
this at midnight. You're gonna get a phone call 12:01. I heard it.
Yep.
What do I go against? I don't understand.
Everything always.
Everything.
Like what?
I don't know.
Name something. You can't. You
Rick and Morty.
I don't think it's good. It's not as good.
Do you like Rick and Morty?
It's a great show.
He doesn't like Mountain Dew. I like Mountain Dew. You like Mountain Dew. So what's that? What's the difference?
Anime? Do you like anime?
No.
Okay. Do you like anime?
It's the greatest.
Wow. There we go.
Like I don't understand what that has to prove.
I don't know. You just go against a lot of popular opinions. I'm not saying it's bad.
Is anime popular?
Nowadays, yes.
The difference is the way that I grew up with people that like sports and like going hanging outside and doing
I
shit
like
like
sports.
that. But I'm saying like we didn't sit inside and watch anime. You know.
No,
You're saying James didn't sit inside and watch
I
anime.
didn't like grow up with James. I
We
met him
watched-
when I was 18 years old. You fucking stupid bitch.
No,
When
man.
James told me he liked Dragon Ball Z, I said, "What?"
we watched Dragon Ball Z. Then we went outside and did karate.
But
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. We didn't do shit like that. We watched like horror movies and then pretended to kill each other. And then we wrestle and do jiu-jitsu and stuff. And
I don't think you did jujitsu.
that's what we used to. Yeah, we used to. No, but yeah, we would like do stuff like that.
We'll see.
I
We'll
didn't wa-
see when I get the phone call.
I didn't grow up with Johnny. I met Johnny when I was like 18 also. Like I'm talking about when, like, you obviously didn't just start watching anime when you were 18 years old. You're
Yes,
obviously,
I did.
No, you didn't.
Are
Yes,
any of
I
your-
did.
So I know you like to go around and play murder and stuff like that. Are any of your childhood friends still alive?
Yeah. Well, one of them's dead, but it's not my fault. Yeah, so I don't know. I didn't grow up liking that. That's why. That's why I don't like Star Wars. I never watched Star Wars.
It's
when I was
never
a kid.
too late to start, Mark.
I don't know. I don't see the appeal to anime.
I understand. I get it.
I do like Akira, though. That's a good one.
Okay, you're just trying to piss off Johnny now. Akira is good. Don't
I don't
forget
know.
disrespect it.
I just like when he sends me snaps of like that one day
Him
throwing it
throwing-
outside.
Yeah, I got many
Like
of
literally
those.
3 days in a row.
I don't know why he just doesn't throw it out. He just throws it
kept
around his house.
No, he threw it out in the snow the one time.
Yeah,
and
I
then
know.
the next day I got of him throwing it in like the trash. I'm like, what?
He still has it though.
Like, what are you doing?
So yeah, that
Spider-Man 3 is good.
see exactly. That's another one.
That movie's good. Good. I didn't care.
Okay, I think that one unfairly gets shit on just because he dances in the
He
fucking
looks
one
good.
scene.
When he did. I think it's more so I love Spider-Man that I like will accept it.
So overall, thumbs up on sequels. Prequels, I'm not the biggest on. Like, okay, Underworld.
I only seen the first one really.
The first one was good. Like I love the first
I saw
one.
the first one, and the second one.
I
I
know
also
it's-
sent you a snap that Kate Beckinsale's doing a convention in like Indianapolis.
Yeah.
and it's cheaper to meet her there. It's weird.
Yeah. So the second one was like okay, but
I saw the
like,
first and second one.
The
That's it.
prequel, I don't know why they had. It wasn't a bad movie, but like I don't understand why they did it. They pretty much already gave you a flashback of what happened in the first one, so they just made a whole movie about it.
Yeah.
So like shit like that's not needed. I think I saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning.
I saw it in theaters. Yeah.
I think I watched it on Netflix, and I didn't think it was.
Also,
necessary.
I like that new one they came out with, like too, a Texas Chainsaw Massacre like 3D or whatever it was. I saw it in theaters.
Texas Chainsaw 3.
Yeah, that was like good.
I never saw it. I don't like 3D movies though.
I don't know if it was 3D or not. I don't remember.
It was.
I didn't see it in 3D, but
Those hurt my head.
I just think every single movie that's made these days is already there's already a sequel or prequel in the pipeline. That's
No,
just-
they
yeah,
wait.
that's how they sign most movies nowadays.
Well, they
to be
also
honest.
they also have to see how it goes.
that's what I'm saying. They have one in the pipeline, so the second they see box office, they can pull the trigger. So it's out within another year.
But that's how it was back in the 80s too. Literally, all those sequels were like half-assed. Fucking just put it out because we're making money.
Yeah,
Right.
but I'm saying I think so more so now. They make sure they sign characters like or cast. Say, listen, like you have to sign like a 3-movie deal. Like that happens with a lot of movies, not just like Marvel or DC. That happens with like a lot of movies.
Yeah.
They make them do that.
Yeah, I get that.
Is it time to move on to the main course,
To the main
the main dessert, or whatever it is?
ding ding.
All right, I guess we'll move on to the main event. Rawhead Rex, 1986. It was rated R and had a runtime of an hour and 29 minutes. It got a 5.2 out of 10 on IMDb. The estimated budget for this was 1.5 million pounds because I guess this was from the UK.
It's a fat budget.
Yeah.
I didn't see a box office or anything like that.
No.
Yeah, the information on this film has always been rather limited.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, too, this is written by Clive Barker and directed by some other guy.
Yeah, it was directed by George Pavlo.
So if I understand correctly, when Clive Barker saw this movie, this is when he said, "Yeah, fuck that. I have to direct Hellraiser." So this is the kind of movie we're getting into.
I don't know why you put it like that.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later, but
Let's talk about that.
So George Pavlo also directed Underworld, which was put out in 1985. Not Underworld with Kate
Oh, I
Beckinsale.
was like, wait, this guy was
No.
married to Kate Beckinsale?
No. It's like another Clive Barker movie that he wrote.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, the writer's Clive Barker. He's also known for Hellraiser, Nightbreed, Candyman, Midnight Meat Train. The cast isn't very well known either. We have David Dukes, who was in like one episode of Twilight Zone, and a couple.
That's
other,
not the racist guy?
Howard. Is he racist?
No,
David
David Duke, the Grand Wizard of
He
the.
used to be like in the KKK. Now he's like a senator in America.
No, I'm pretty sure it's
Oh.
not the same person.
No, it's not him.
So yeah, besides
He died in Lakewood, Washington.
besides Daisy Dukes, we have Kelly Piper.
Her name's Elaine?
Yeah,
I
she.
thought it was fucking Danielle.
What? Why would you think that?
I swore the one time he said Danielle to her. And I'm like, oh, I
don't
think it's
know.
Danielle.
So, but she was known for Maniac. She played the nurse in Maniac, and like she only had a few credits.
Yeah,
but that's like the
a
biggest
lot
one.
of people in this aren't like in
Yeah.
anything else.
And that's all the only ones I wrote down because they were.
What
the
you
only
said,
people-
Braveheart, right?
What?
Someone was in Braveheart. One of the Niles or Neils or whatever it is.
I didn't go through and look at every single person. 'Cause
Yeah, I
after
did.
like the first few people only had like a couple credits. I'm like, I'm not.
Yeah,
doing
one
this
of
to
them was in
myself.
Braveheart, and that was it.
Oh no. And that's pretty much it. So
Also, what's the dude that just died for Chewbacca? He auditioned to play Rawhead Rex.
did he?
Yeah, I don't know.
I can see that because he's a big guy.
What's the guy's name?
Peter Mayhew.
Yeah, he did that.
Yeah, I mean, after Chewbacca, there wasn't very many roles that he could play.
Why? It's not like fucking Mark Hamill.
Is he just deformed or something?
No, I'm just saying, like, he was.
Tell me typecast and I'll fucking kill you.
No. I don't want to say typecast. And I think he's even said it in certain interviews before. He felt that he did not feel himself a very attractive lead and wasn't too 100% confident in like his own acting skill. So like a lot of the stuff that he would go out for, he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm just really tall and good at doing a lot of
That's all they needed for Rawhead Rex.
you know, dodge. Better watch your mouth." He was the best actor in the whole movie.
Rawhead Rex?
Yeah.
I don't think he acted.
I could have did that.
Anyway, I guess we'll get started. So it starts with a van like driving down a country road.
There could be Madawan Road. I don't know.
Yeah, and there's like opening credits and the score going on.
Yeah, the score is like, and this is what kind of got me laughing when I was watching it. The score and for the opening, it's just a very epic, eerie music for a just nice drive through the country. Like it doesn't match at all.
Yeah, it was pretty epic.
And that type of
I
epic
don't
music
know.
never shows up again. Just that it's just
At least not that I
unnecessarily.
remember.
Yeah, it's just we spent all of our budget on the music composition for the opening score.
And it's weird because they also like in the credits. I remember them put a credit up for whoever did the score, but like I don't remember the score being memorable besides the opening.
Yeah, I was to say that other than the beginning, that's it.
I don't remember.
That's what they wasted all their money on, paying someone a boatload to do that.
It's like this. Yeah, that was good.
It shows some people who are on like a farm, and there's a tall rock like standing out of the fucking ground, like I don't know.
It's a pillar.
It's
A pillar.
Yeah,
That's a better word.
They said stone, I think, in the movie.
Yeah,
stone
that's what I'm
pillar.
saying. It was like a rock, but it was like skinny and tall.
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
pillar
Listen,
almost.
It might have been the Washington
Between this and
Monument.
Stonehenge,
Now that you mention it, that might have been where they got it from.
I think so.
the UK got a problem with stones over there.
But they're like trying to fucking pull it out of the ground with like a tractor, like because they're fucking farmers, man.
Yeah, they're farming at farmersonly.com.
And the van like pulls into a church. Do they show anyone get out at that point or no?
No, then it just cuts back to them like going back to the rock.
Yeah.
And you see them trying to move it. Then it goes back to the guy at the church. Then it goes back to the guy at the rock. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if they couldn't figure out what they wanted to show right here. There's literally 5 or 6 times where it goes back and forth.
Well, I think they're just trying to show that the church and the rock have something to do with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one question.
Yeah.
How long are they gonna keep singing this song?
Well, and when he goes into the church and they're singing Hallelujah.
Yeah, I don't know how many times they're gonna sing this song.
I don't know. It's a fucking choir. I don't know shit about the choir. You go to church more than we do.
Okay,
so.
but like seriously, like there's one scene here where they're cutting back and forth where like they stop singing and they're obviously done, and like the girl, like the one girl, I guess laughs or something, and like the reverend looks at him like, "This is church, you heathen," and then like they cut back, and then the next time they're in the church, it's just like, "Oh," I'm like they're back on the song again.
I don't think that was a reverend though.
Oh, that was the.
I was gonna ask you what is Declan?
He's the virgin or something like that they call him.
The verger, I don't know. He's
Verger?
Oh, verger? I thought they called him a virgin.
I couldn't tell. I never.
Wow. What a fucking dick. He just kept calling him a
I don't
virgin.
know. So I don't have any Catholic background. I would imagine it's like maybe a step below priest. I don't know.
Oh my god! I
Maybe
thought they kept calling him a virgin.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I couldn't.
That's weird.
I couldn't understand.
Yeah.
I rewound it, but I'm like, I don't know. This.
He's mad guy.
But when the dude gets out of the car, he finally gets out of the car, and then he looks at that wild pit. He's the one that looks at the window glass, whatever you call that shit.
I don't know if they show anyone looking at it.
Or
I
it's just
thought-
they show it from
is
the inside.
Yeah, it's just a shot of like the stained glass window,
Yeah.
and you can see like a demon kind of thing. And when the sun passes by at a right spot, it's like eyes glow red.
Yeah, and then the dude gets to the car and he's like taking pictures, and then his dumbass son's like, or is his daughter? I don't know.
No, it's his son. Yeah.
son's
yeah.
like, "Can we please go?"
He's like, Mom says it's gonna rain. Stop taking damn photographs.
Damn,
Yeah.
damn. Was that what you said? Damn.
Yeah, and the dad, whose name is Howard, does get like a little angry. What the fuck? What the
Damn.
You gotta hit him. And so at the guys from the farm, like everyone left like the one dude by himself.
Yeah, they're like, "Fuck it, we out, dog.
Yeah,
we
they're like,
ain't
bro,
moving this pillar."
They're like, it's fucking storm's coming, and we need to go for dinner. So a couple of them leave. They leave one guy by himself, and he starts like messing with a stick that they have wedged under the rock to try to pry it out, like use it as a lever, and he like actually knocks it, or as he's trying to knock it over,
It starts smoking.
Yeah, smoke starts coming out, which it's so funny because you can see the little tunnels where they where
smoke
they
machine
bury
is
the pipes.
underneath.
Yeah, it's just a straight smoke machine. Starts blowing fucking smoke out from underneath this rock, and it falls over, and then no, it doesn't fall over yet.
No.
He falls over like into the
Yeah,
fucking
he gets like
rock,
shocked. Yeah.
and it fucking the like
Or
rock.
burns him.
Yeah, the rock gets struck by like lightning, and somehow it conducts electricity into him. I'm not really understanding, and that's
Well,
when
yeah,
he
because it has the what do you call it? It's in concrete. The
Grounded.
no
rebars.
rebars.
Yeah, I know what you meant. It's steelcrete or whatever the fuck they call it.
But that doesn't. Then it goes to the church, and the lady goes to pick up the lamp or
The vase, the vase.
and then she gets shocked too.
Yeah, well, she doesn't get like shocked. There's like it looks like burned almost.
Yeah, she's like getting burned. Yeah.
Yeah, because she says later on when she's leaving the church, she's like, I don't understand. I was burning up.
Yeah, it's like some kind of energy.
She might have been
fucking goes
listening
into
to
her.
Jonas Brothers.
I don't know what that means.
Burning up.
Never listened to it.
You're a liar because I know you have.
I've never heard that.
Google it.
I would have thought more.
I like Nick Jonas and all, but I've never listened to Jonas.
I was
Brothers.
thinking more along the lines of Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Okay, please stop.
Burn, baby, burn.
The rock falls over, and Rawhead Rex like emerges from the ground. Except you just see him like pop up like, "Rah!"
Yes.
And he looks exactly like the demon that was in the stained glass window.
Yeah.
This
And then
is a big shock, big twist.
and then it goes back to the church, and Howard's looking for Coot.
Reverend, is it Reverend Coot?
Yeah, that's what I.
Coot? Is that how you pronounce it?
I thought he said Coon. I said, "Are you fucking? This movie's out of control." So I had to go back and rewind it.
We've got the Virgin. And then
That's
we
what I'm
got
saying.
the
Like, dude,
racism.
there's something going on with this movie. I gotta turn this one off.
Yeah, so Howard is in the church and he asks Declan if he's the Reverend or something like that, but then he's like, no, like, and asks him pretty much what the fuck he's doing. And Howard says that the Reverend said he could take photos
And get the records, the
get
parish
records
records.
for the parish, because he's trying to write a book or something like that. So I think before he starts taking like a lot of pictures, Declan pretty much tells him he needs to go talk to the Reverend.
Yeah, and then
tells him how to get there. But
and then Declan like touches the table, and I don't even know what the fuck just happens
Yeah.
after he goes away. Literally, no fucking idea what's going on.
yeah, so he touches like the altar. I know it looks like a table, but I think it's supposed to be an altar. And he touches it, and his hand starts to glow red, almost like the lady when she grabbed the thing off the altar, and it starts to burn him up a little bit. And he sees like a vision of some foliage, and he's walking through, and he sees a fire, and then a monster, which I presume is Rawhead
Yeah,
Rex.
then he starts like laughing and smiling, and then looks at the painting.
That part is probably some of the best acting in the movie. That is fucking creepy.
He's the only good actor.
I don't know about that.
I'm 100% sure about
Rawhead
that.
Rex pretty good.
And then when he looks at the glass and was like, Rawhead.
Yeah. Then Howard finds Reverend Coots and asks if he can take photos, see the parish records, and the Reverend says to come back because he's gonna have Declan pull him
Yeah,
up
because he
for
can't. He
him.
doesn't know where the records are.
Yeah, so he's like, I'll have Declan like pull him up and just like call back and hopefully we have him by then. Howard and his family are in like the hotel, and the kids are fucking fighting, and the wife's all mad.
She's like, we've been here for 2 months.
He's
like, actually a month and a half.
yeah, he's like, so it hasn't even been that long. It's
Yeah.
not that bad. And
Yeah.
She's like, I want to go.
Yeah.
But what I laugh every time I watch this movie, and I don't know if you picked up on it. So, the actors who play the parents
Yes.
are American actors.
Yep.
The kids are obviously Irish kids or English kids because the kids are trying to do American accents, but occasionally be like, "Hello, put down my toy," and I'm like, "Man, you've been here a month and a half. You're already Irish. You're already English." Like,
Well-
you like it's so funny where you'll tell the dad will be like, "Hey, son, are you liking it here in Ireland?" "Oh, I like it very much."
And
I'm like,
that's what
Is he Australian now?
yeah, but the
Well, I
accents
mean-
just keep changing. Like,
They are sponges. They receive things or absorb things better than
30 days?
adults. Yeah, I know. Well, technically more than that because it was a month and a half.
Yeah.
Rob, like 45 days. You fucking racist. But I thought that too in the beginning when he's like, "Mom said Mom said it's gonna rain. Stop taking the damn photographs." I thought the same thing. I was like, he's got a weird accent.
Yeah, he's like you could tell the kid's struggling to like do an American accent. It's really funny.
Also, I think like halfway through the movie, Howard's voice changes. Like I feel like it's dubbed over by someone else.
No, seriously, we gotta talk about that. Like it is definitely shown that like when they went post production, they dubbed almost the entire last part of the movie.
I was gonna say some of it.
Bad.
I could tell it was dubbed.
Very egregious.
So then after that,
where were
we? Yeah, after the hotel when they're like, "We'll get out of here soon." Dennis, I guess, was one of the dudes that was fucking with the stone.
Yes.
He gets home and he's like talking to his wife, and she's like cutting up some meat or some bullshit, and she's like, "You forgot to lock the gate." Or something.
Yeah.
That's my British accent.
Can we just do this entire review in British accents at this
Absolutely not.
point?
And he's like, "No, I locked it." And then he looks out the window. He's like, "No, I locked it." And then he goes out there. And he's like, "Oh, I guess I didn't lock it." And then he like opens the door, which just has a bunch of like, I don't even know what you call those things, like crates or something in there.
Almost. Like cartons. Yeah, like plastic cartons or something.
Like the stuff that Pepsi gets shipped into stores.
Yeah.
What they're holding there, I don't know why.
I'm assuming it's for eggs and stuff.
Maybe, I don't
They
know.
live like on a farm kind of thing, don't they?
Yeah.
That's like
And then he just keeps saying, "Someone in here?
He's like, "Who's there?
Hello?"
Who's there?"
Hello.
They're so polite about it. And then Rawhead Rex pops up through the boxes and he's like, "Motherfucker, I'm here."
Yo, he don't even like. It's not even like a sneaky pop up. Like he just punches right on through. Like I'm
through
come
those
on
cartons.
in.
Dude, and he like, it's weird because he like, if you notice, he sort of has like a British accent too. He's like, "Raw."
Right.
Okay. But yeah, he pops and he like, chases Dennis out and like attacks him and just like destroys him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Destroys.
And then he like smashes his way into the fucking house.
Yeah, Jenny's like there, like, "Oh shit, I'm fucked."
I like
Yeah.
how she's like. There's a scene where she's like looking out the window at him, and there's a long time before Rawhead decides to start coming for that window, and she's just like, "Oh my god!" Oh. And Rawhead's like, "I'm gonna take my time on this." But when after he punches through the window and comes in, she runs and locks behind, like starts going through door after door, locking the door. Rawhead doesn't. He takes his time.
Yeah.
He goes in that kitchen. He's like, I'm
He's
just
like,
gonna.
"That's it. I'm fucking moshing.
Yeah.
I'm a Rawhead Rex in a china shop."
But like even when they show him destroying stuff, like I don't know if it's just the way they filmed it, like it's just weird slow shots of like he'll put his hand on a table and then just swipe stuff off like a cat. Like I'm like, what is he doing?
Yeah, that is a good comparison right there. And then Jenny like runs into the bedroom and she like locks the door or something, and I guess she's like standing by the door waiting to listening for Rawhead Rex, and she doesn't hear anything, and that motherfucker just punches right through the door and slashes her pregnant ass stomach.
Oh,
He doesn't slash her, does he?
Yeah, he like grabs her stomach and like slashes.
But he tears her clothes. He doesn't like cut the belly.
Yes, it does.
Does it cut the belly?
Yeah, and I saw that in the shitty version. Okay,
I thought he like went to do it, and then he didn't, and then she like liked him.
no. So
She,
then
like, smiled at him.
He kicks down the fucking door, which you could tell the door wasn't even on.
Yeah.
It just wasn't even closed. It was just kind of leaning up against the doorway,
Yeah.
and he like boots that bitch down, and then goes up to her, and he almost like roars kind of, and I think she screams. Right? Is this the part where she
Yeah,
screams?
she screams and laughs.
Yeah, and he does something to her. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, he's like looking at her belly, and he's like, "You pregnant?" Because
Yeah.
like, I ain't about this right now.
So we don't see her get killed or anything like that.
No.
Then it cuts to Howard and Elaine, who are like walking through town, and they're stopping to kiss and,
Fucking weird.
and try to make sex, just like right.
Yeah, on the sidewalk.
this whole
Yeah,
movie, they're
on the
just trying to make sex.
Not the whole movie,
Pretty
but
much the whole first half of the movie.
they definitely do in public. Try
Yeah,
to,
that was weird.
except some fucking crusty old bitch, fucking prude bitch, had to
Yeah.
walk by.
Walks
and fucking,
right up to them too, like, she's
Yeah.
like, "Excuse me,
Yeah,
you're kissing in my street.
yeah.
This is a Catholic neighborhood."
And then so they're like, "Oh fuck it, let's just go back to the hotel, I guess."
But I like how like they mention, and I didn't remember this from when I watched it when I was younger, but like I watched it now, and they're like, the old lady Elaine says something to the effect of like, "She's very familiar. I remember her," and like they lead on like there's gonna be some plot points surrounding her. Never see her in the movie again.
Yeah, and like I think Howard jokes and says like, "Oh, maybe it's a family member of yours," because isn't Elaine's family from
Yeah, from that
Ireland
area.
or UK or wherever the fuck? they're
Right.
supposed
So
to
like
be?
the old woman looks back at them and gives them that menacing like, "I will be plot relevant" stare. Never
None.
seen again.
Yeah, no,
Nothing to do with the movie.
Nope.
Just a crusty bitch.
Oh, they cut to a quick shot of like Declan, who's fucking looking crazy
They
by
do
the
that a
fucking
lot.
stained glass window. Yeah, he's just looking wild out there. Somebody comes to Dennis's house. Did anybody catch that character's name or who the fuck he is? Maybe he was another guy from the farm. Do you know what I'm talking about? When he goes to Dennis's house and finds it trashed. I don't know who the fuck that is. I don't know if he was given a name.
Yeah, I don't know. But then he like sees the wife and she's like crazy too.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he sees the house is like trashed, destroyed. Like the kitchen looks way worse now than it did when Rawhead first went in there. Like
he went to town.
It literally looks like he knocked over all the china and started like stomping it, like just fucking into tiny little bits. But he walks up like stairs, and then Jenny comes walking out, and she like growls, and then like almost like cries and yells at him. It's like a cry yell.
It's weird.
Yeah,
I think they just told her do whatever you want, do whatever you feel like doing.
so it's almost like she like looks almost possessed or something like that.
So then the cops show up.
Cops.
And this is what I don't understand.
Yeah.
Because they're like, this is in the scene. They're like, oh, maybe the husband had something to do with it. And then the next sentence, the guy's like, it might have been several people. I'm like,
yeah. He still could have been part of the several people.
but I'm saying the way he's like, oh, the husband did it. He's like,
Yeah.
I think it was several people.
Yeah, that's what the detectives
I'm like,
conclude.
you're a really good detective.
Well, just because like everything's so fucked up, they're like, how could one person do this kind of thing? And they also say that they think it was several people and that they were doing revenge killings.
Yeah, it was a revenge
How
kill.
the fuck they know this? I don't know.
They're pros.
Yeah.
They know.
So who's even dead though?
Dennis.
Was that guy?
Dennis.
They don't find Dennis.
But I'm saying the
Not
wife
yet.
probably said like, dude, my husband's fucking dead. He got fucked up.
But she's like crazy and possessed or something.
Yeah, but they find him later, right?
Way later.
That's the problem. Like the body count rises a significant number later.
I
in the
don't
film.
even include some of the people because it's just like I can't even try
Yeah,
to
because
keep track.
this is one of those films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it shows like Howard and I guess it's like
this is another
nighttime.
scene. Yeah, they go home and they're like horny as hell, and then it cuts to like something else.
No, I love this scene because like she obviously wakes up wanting him to come back to bed, and he's like, I need to go walk to go to sleep. I could think of something better for you to do to go to sleep, buddy. And then she's like, you were talking in your sleep. Who's Big Jake? And she's like, wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah, that
Big
whole
Jake.
scene-
That's
And
what
I'm
I'm
just
saying.
like, what is wrong with this?
This is like this, and then it cuts to the kids in the trailer park.
Yeah.
This is what I don't understand. What is that? What is the point of that scene?
It's
Yeah.
Clive Barker.
Well, he didn't direct it though.
I know, but he definitely
wrote it.
He definitely, he definitely just
a
wrote
minute
all,
out
he
of
was
your
like,
life
we just
for
gotta
that.
have all these horny parts in here. That's it.
So it shows like Andy, this kid named Andy. Well, he's not even a kid. He's like young adult. I'll say.
Andy and Katrina
And
are getting
Katrina.
sex.
They're like making out, like, and I assume that they're supposed to be babysitting Andy's brother Neil.
Nail.
Except like they're watching like a movie, but Neil's like not fucking watching. Instead, he's being as obnoxious as possible.
Yeah, he's
to
like, I've already
interrupt
seen
them.
this movie.
Yeah. And so the couple, Andy and Katrina, they're like, well, fuck it. We're going to get the fuck out of here then.
We're gonna go
And,
make sex somewhere else.
Yeah. So when they go outside, Rawhead Rex,
Like appears behind like a car or something like that.
yeah. And he,
Big ass motherfucker. No one's seen him.
yeah. And the toy that Andy like took out with him and dropped to like piss Neil off kind of, he like picks it up and drops it and it smashes into a million pieces. He doesn't even like do anything.
Yeah.
And like, it looks like a bomb went off in the toy. And then I think Neil comes out to like see what the fuck is going on, and he finds like the toy, and he's all mad. So he goes to find like Andy and Katrina to be like, "Yo, what the fuck? That was my toy." Andy's out there trying to make sex with Katrina by a tree, so that's always good.
This is another thing that doesn't make sense to me. This scene.
What, they're trying to fuck by a
They're
tree?
like literally making sex. She's like, no, stop. I don't want to. Then they walk away, and she's like, okay, I'm ready now.
Yeah,
She's like, I was just cold over there.
she wasn't lubed up
I
enough.
was like, what the fuck?
She wasn't lubed up enough.
And then
you
they
know?
see the body hanging.
Yeah.
Well, that's after. That's
No.
Before that, the kid.
Yeah, Neil
wanders into the woods, and he like literally stumbles
Yeah,
like
he-
5 feet away from Rawhead feeding on Dennis.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dennis's
and-
body's like hanging up.
Yeah. And then that's when it cuts to them doing that.
Rawhead's having a snack.
Yeah, and then well, Neil runs to like the neighbor's trailer and he's all like scared, and they're like, "Oh, what the fuck?" But then, that's when
I'm
Katrina's like,
drinking my
"I want to go
beer."
back. I
Yeah,
don't want to
yeah.
be out here.
I'm just.
I know you said this, but I'm just putting it in order for people."
But I'm saying I was going off what you said because you said they were like
Well, he was trying to make sex with her by that tree.
yeah, and then like literally the next scene is them walking away, and she's like, okay, like we could do it here or something like that. Or we can make out here. I was just cold over there.
But they kept hearing like noises.
Yeah.
So they want to go back. I guess to the RV. I don't fucking know. But then then they
trailer park.
when they like walk away, they fucking see Dennis hanging from the tree too, and Katrina screams. And it's weird because like they cut from when like Katrina screams, so does Neil. Like he finally like makes a noise.
Yeah, there's like the cutting in this is terrible. I think.
Well, I don't know what that's supposed to do. There's like a lot of things that like sync up in this movie, and I don't understand why. I don't know if there's supposed to be a point or something, but like when Katrina screams, they like at the same time show Neil screaming like a little bitch, and so when she like runs. Katrina like runs out of the woods and she finally reaches the group that's surrounding Neil and she thinks she's still holding Andy's hand and she looks and it's his hand but it's a fucking
Not attached to anything.
Yeah.
It's because Rawhead
ripped that off.
Like bit Andy's fucking arm off. I guess I don't know. And then Howard's like on his walk and he sees Rawhead like standing through
This is
some
another thing. They
trees.
like cut so quick to this him.
Yeah, and I don't. Yeah,
And I don't understand. He's like, Rawhead's just standing there. He's like, oh, sup, buddy?
yeah, and he like drops his cigarette and he goes to pick it back up when he looks up. Rawhead's gone, and he's like, I don't know if I just saw that.
And then like,
or...
I later on, not too far from now, like, there's a scene where like Howard's thinking back to seeing it, and it cuts to Rawhead standing on the hill holding a head. I guess Andy's head in his hand.
I don't know.
And like, I keep thinking to myself, I'm like, is Howard cutting back because he remembers seeing that, or is that just something that's happening right now? Like, I totally see what Mark said. Like, the editing is all over the place.
Yeah,
the
because
cuts are weird.
And then after you see this, then it goes to the fucking like search party looking for Andy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because they think that Andy might be still alive, even though Katrina's just holding his fucking severed hand. And I don't know many people that survive past that. 128 days later. What is that fucking movie? 128 hours? What the fuck is that?
Something like that.
100,
with
127 hours with James Franco.
with the pocket knife.
Yeah, but the real guy,
I don't know his name.
he cut off his own arm and he was still alive. So
Yeah.
maybe Andy is alive.
So then they do a search party, but then they don't find Andy's body. They find Dennis's body, right?
First they find Dennis's body like hanging. And they're like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And then some guy's like, "I'm gonna go back and tell the others." And he walks like 2 feet. He's like, "Holy shit!" Because he finds fucking Andy's like mangled body,
Headless body, head
headless.
ripped
Yes.
off.
Yep. It's
Are
all
we
like-
sure it's Andy?
It barely even looks like a fucking body. It's like just
They definitely
stuff in a pile.
They definitely bought like a pig at market and put a vest on it, and they were like, "It's a corpse."
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't doubt that they did that shit all the time.
Yeah. So then the cops finally get there, which don't even do anything for the movie.
Yeah.
They're just there, and then then this is another thing. It cuts to Howard at the. Did he go to the police station? Right.
No, he goes back to the hotel and he's like with his family.
Yeah.
And then when he's talking, that's when it shows the shot of Rawhead holding up like a head,
Yeah.
which might be Andy's head. I think it's supposed to be.
Right, so, like-
but I don't think he saw that. I
Right.
think it's happening currently.
Yeah, it's just weird cut. It
That
just
he's
makes
still
you-
on the same hill that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just makes you think because of the hill and everything else that's what Howard saw. Howard's like, maybe I should report the giant thing with the severed head.
But I
in his
don't
hand.
think the thing is.
He doesn't report that. Yeah.
Well,
But he's
he
about
didn't-
to.
He didn't. First of all, he doesn't know that these people are dead like that, and he didn't see Rawhead with a head in his hand. He just saw something weird.
He just saw a 9-foot creature in BDSM gear.
Yeah.
No big
So I
deal.
think that's supposed to be happening at the same time. I don't know why Rawhead's holding up the head for the movie because he knows somebody's filming him. I don't know.
Yeah. but then Howard's like, I think he goes to the police station. And is like, I need to tell someone what happened.
Well, before that, it's like the next day because he goes the next day. But before that, they go to the farm, the detectives, and you see like the guy who was.
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
with
yeah,
the,
he's, like, dead
the
as
boulder.
fuck.
Yeah, he's like dead on the ground. So I guess that guy got killed by Rawhead.
He'd been out there for quite a bit of time.
Yeah, a day, I guess. Day and a half. I don't fucking know. Whenever the fuck that took place.
They said less than 24 hours.
Yeah. And that's when Howard.
Yeah. Then he's like, but he goes to the police station, tells the one dude like, I need to tell someone what I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously you're there to tell someone. Like, I don't understand.
Well, they ask what he's doing there.
So then he goes into the I guess the detective's office, but they're both on the phone.
Yes.
Weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
And I think he hears them talking about the murders.
Yeah.
And that's why he says, like, I saw this thing, and I think it's related to the murders.
Yeah, and then they said, we don't believe you, basically.
Yeah, they're like, "Pfft,
Dumbest American, we don't believe you.
you dumb yank. You fucking yank. And then after he leaves, the one detective says to the other, like, maybe we should look into his claim.
Yeah. And he doesn't.
Yeah,
Maybe
they don't. They
he's
didn't.
telling the truth.
And then Howard, for some reason, goes back to the parish.
To find the records.
Yeah, and the Reverend says, like, the records were removed, and he doesn't know why or where they are.
I'm kind of the boss of this entire establishment. I have no idea where our records are.
But while he's there, like, you see, like, they cut to Declan just looking weird as fuck.
Yeah. And he goes to, like, he's taking pictures of the church, and that's when he, like, is looking at the stained glass window again, and there's, like, I guess, I don't know what kind of writing is on
Latin.
it. Latin? Yeah, and he's, like, trying to interpret or translate it to understand what the fuck is saying. And that's when he bumps into Declan and drops his camera, and Declan stomps on it and, like, breaking it like, into 1,000 pieces. And he's like, just get the fuck out of here. Declan's mad.
When he does that, he sounds so dubbed.
Who, Declan?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I thought that too. Because, like,
There are times where Declan's voice is modified to sound possessed or demonic a couple times. Like, either that or just, like, he fudged his lines so bad they had to, like, quick go dub him.
you know how you said Declan's the best actor in this?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's necessarily the best actor, but he definitely puts the most into it.
Yes.
Like, he literally
That's what I mean, yeah.
screams every fucking line.
He
at
wins
people.
the effort award on this.
Yeah. He's, like, his acting is just him screaming at people.
I, like, literally, I've been walking around all day just going, Rawhead! Like, just in my head. Like, he
Just get the fuck out of here. Dude, and at this point, Howard fucking is like, all right, motherfucker.
He's right. Let me get out of here.
He's like, you don't know I'm a fucking gangster. And he yokes that motherfucker up. He's like, mother sucker, I will get out of here.
You're right. I'm leaving right now. I'm going to the hotel and getting my
He says,
family out of here.
You're lucky I am leaving, or something like that. But then, yeah, Howard goes to his family, and he's like putting them all in the car, and they leave. I don't know where I guess they're just leaving Ireland. I don't know if they're cutting it short either, because I don't think he got everything he needed.
No, yeah.
But he's kind of like, fuck this place.
But yeah, then when they're driving, she's like, "Oh my god!" The lady says she sees something,
Yeah,
and
like,
they
a
go
field
back
is
and
the
it's a
best.
fucking scarecrow.
Yeah, but it's a scarecrow that almost looks like
Yeah, it's
Rawhead
like-
Rex.
yeah.
Honestly, I thought like after they pulled away,
It would move.
It would move.
That's what I thought too.
But then it didn't. Turns out it was just the creeper.
Jeepers creepers.
Neil starts like it cuts to Neil, and he's like drawing for the detectives, and the detectives are like, huh, maybe that Yank was telling the truth.
Because he draws like a picture of like a little monster.
Yeah,
that drawing sucks.
Yeah, it's a fucking kid drawing it, right?
But I literally love how he's like, it was a monster. And so a kid draws a picture of a thing with teeth, and he's like, this is compelling evidence. We need to
well, they're just saying
investigate
multiple
this."
people are like saying something fucking weird's out there. Maybe
Yeah.
we should go investigate it. Which, you know how movies back in the 80s, they love to investigate
Yeah.
shit. So I'm surprised they didn't jump at the opportunity earlier.
Yeah.
And
Then it cuts back to them driving, Howard and his family, and the little girl's like, "I gotta pee."
yeah, Minty.
I've got to pee, Daddy.
And the mom's like, "You should have thought of that before you left."
Yeah.
What if she's like, "Okay, fuck it, I'm just gonna piss my pants in your
That's
car."
honestly, like, I'm surprised the little girl didn't do that. That's what kids do.
Yeah, fuck it, I'm just gonna piss my pants in your car.
Yeah. So they pull over, and Howard like tells Minty to just like, yeah, go behind those bushes, like behind this gate and all the way across
Yeah,
that
just do
field.
whatever you gotta do.
Just go piss behind them alone. Don't worry, I'll be right here. Who the fuck does that?
People are dying all over the place. I saw a weird 9-foot tall creature. Go alone in the one spot I can't see you.
I was gonna say might have been before Stranger Danger, but I don't think it was.
This
I think people were definitely-
stranger danger.
Yeah, people are still like, I mean, they are in like the rural area, but why the fuck would you have your kid go piss out of eyesight behind a bush? And then Minty screams, so they like, Howard runs over, and so does Elaine, and it's just a dead rabbit. She gets scared of a dead rabbit, which I don't understand. She was behind that thing for like 15 seconds.
Random.
Did she piss and then notice the rabbit, or did she not piss
I think
yet?
she was pissing on a rabbit.
That wouldn't put it past her. That little
Random
bitch
trivia.
looks-
Robbie in the car is reading a Secret Wars comic.
Was it Secret Wars?
Yeah, it was Secret Wars. I'm pretty sure. I was looking at the
You
text.
sure it wasn't Star Wars? Because they make a Star Wars reference.
I thought it was. I couldn't tell. I thought it said Secret Wars on it. Maybe it was Star Wars.
I didn't ever see the first word in it. I just always thought it was.
I kept looking and I saw SE and I'm like, I think it's Secret. Could be ST Star Wars, but because
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be unusual around the same time.
Yeah, and he made just because he made a comment, but I don't know if they had Star Wars comics like that back then.
Maybe
I don't know when Secret Wars came out either.
tough.
That might have been after that, honestly.
Regardless, it was nice to see a comic book fan
Yeah.
who's about to.
Yeah, Rex like walks just straight up to the van. Rawhead Rex just comes out of nowhere and like walks up to the van and tries to grab fucking Robbie. Then like Howard sees Rex over at the van and then tries to run back to help. And then he just sees like fucking Rawhead Rex just like straight up like eat his son.
But I'm saying, yeah, like when he gets to the gate like doesn't like he doesn't know how to open the gate, and then like 5 seconds later after like he fucks with his son, he's like, okay, I can open the gate now. Because he didn't want to. He's like, you know what? Let me take to my son. I don't want to die.
Horror movie plots, dude.
Yeah, he eats him real good.
It's all convenient. And then he does run off with, I think, with Robbie's body too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Leaves a bloody shoe and a comic book behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Howard goes back to the cops and is basically telling them, I'm not very happy with what's going on.
Yeah, he is a fucking mad guy.
This is when his voice changes to someone else. It sounds totally different.
Well, he's also mad and like screaming at them. So, but he's like, you guys didn't listen to me. I knew it all along. But then Howard just goes back to the church to look at the window again when his son's like missing out there. He says, fuck it, I need to go look at this church window some more.
Yeah.
Declan is just saying how like comes out of nowhere and says like pretty much they burned him alive and they tried to forget about him, but the dark ones, they always come back. And then the Reverend comes in to interrupt shit, and Declan's like, okay, I gotta go, bye, sorry. Don't need the Reverend know how fucking crazy I am. And Howard pretty much notices that the face is like missing from the windows, the multiple stained glass windows, and that he thinks that they beat the creature, whoever these people are.
Yeah, they beat the creature. And it wasn't always like Christ's house or something like that, he said.
Yeah. And Reverend does get very fucking mad about this. He's like, you realize you're in Christ's house.
It wasn't always Christ's house, Reverend.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn.
Damn, checkmate, bitch. He's like, here, let me drop some fucking knowledge on you.
I kind of like that, though, because the history nerd in me does love that a lot of Roman Catholic churches across, like, Europe are built on pagan sites or built near pagan sites.
Christianity was based off pagan.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's cool to see that harken back to, they're like pre-Christ, pre-Roman times. I'm like, kudos, movie.
I just
Well
hate,
done.
yeah, I hate how people, but like the Reverend kind of denies that shit. Like, we got to be honest. Like Christianity, a lot of stuff in it is based off pagan religion. So
Romans had to appease the other peoples they conquered somehow.
Yeah, they made it easier to transition to.
Council of Nicaea, people. Look it up.
Anyway, where were we? Yeah. So
He was matching up the pictures that he found with the glass, right?
Yeah. Well, the Reverend walks over to that table too because he's for some reason drawn to it, and he touches it, and that's when he starts feeling the burn too.
He better get some penicillin.
Yeah, and the
Needs some
energy
Lamisil.
gets into him too, but I don't think it affects him as much because he's a holy man. I'm assuming. Because other people so far, like Declan, you could tell there's something wrong with him since he touched the table. Jenny had something wrrong with her when she met Rawhead.
I think there was something wrong with him before he touched the table.
Who?
Declan?
I respect
So the way he's
Declan.
singing them hallelujahs, looking at people in church like, I want to watch
But I
you all
think the
burn.
Reverend, because he's a holy man, was able to resist whatever the fuck it was. It goes to the people in the fucking trailer. I love the trailers in this.
Dude,
They're
this is the wildest scene too.
yeah, they're all talking in the trailer about how they found the bodies, and then Rex just walks up and knocks that fucking bitch over.
Yeah, he starts
Well,
smashing.
I like how he
everything.
looks in the window first. He pops. He's like, "Hey, what's up? I'm just gonna knock this over. Good to see you." And then the one dude in the trailer's like, "What the?" And everybody's
Yeah.
like, "Shut up! I'm telling the story."
The Rex says, "Nah, no more stories, bitch. We live in this," and fucking knocks that shit over. And then one of the guys, when it's knocked over, tries to look out the window, and he's looking up, and Rex just grabs that mother sucker and pulls him right out the window, and bites his fucking head, and then grabs another guy and starts
clawing
at his fucking
Yeah, he's literally
midsection.
just beating everyone's ass.
Yeah, and then some guy tries to run up to help, and then Rawhead just smashes him against the
Yeah.
trailer. He says, "Bitch, you don't know this is WWE."
But this dude runs up and he's trying to throw left, right body hooks at him from
Yeah.
behind, and Rawhead's like, "Let me tell you about something. I'm the Undertaker. I'm gonna put him in a coffin."
This isn't Ring of Honor. I will smash you.
Yeah. And then the dude runs up with the fucking shotgun.
Yeah.
And shoots, and I guess he doesn't hit him the first time, and he fucking hits a propane tank and literally lights all the cop cars on fire.
And everything blows up.
Literally everything. Whatever.
Well, no,
not
no,
the
the
cop
cop
cars,
cars,
not
yeah.
the cop cars yet, but all the people's cars, everything just got lit on fire.
What
Yeah.
about the girl?
She's still alive. Oh yeah. So
Yeah, so he like reaches into the trailer, he grabs one girl, rips her clothes off on the way.
Oh
yeah,
my God,
when
wait,
she's,
no, no,
when
no,
she's
it was
getting
on
ripped
YouTube,
up,
too.
yeah, when
And
she's getting ripped out the window, her fucking like shirts get ripped off. I guess from like the broken glass, and she just titties out. Like,
And he looks at her, he's like, nope, and just throws her against a tree.
well, no, he's like choking the shit out of her, and then
Yeah.
that's when the guy starts shooting. I think.
Right, he throws her against the tree. But yo, when the guy shoots at him and like blows everything up.
Yeah.
I love is there's fire burning record. Rawhead just straight football charges at him.
Yeah.
Like
And I think he yokes that guy up.
yeah, he
fucking
yokes him by the throat,
Yeah.
slams, chokes
Yeah.
him some.
Dude, no fucks given. But then the cops get called because of the fucking big scene.
And then with this, when all the people are dead on the ground or like laying on the ground, one of the people laying on the ground were like one of the producers, and they got ammonia, and almost died from laying on the ground to be in the scene.
They got ammonia?
yeah,
Or
Ammonia or pneumonia.
no pneumonia. What did I say?
Ammonia.
Yeah, ammonia. What is it called?
Pneumonia.
Pneumonia. That's what I said.
You're so fucking.
I've heard it both ways. But anyways, yeah.
Both ways. Ammonia is a fucking cleaning product.
Actually, I don't want to say what I want to say because you'll delete me anyway.
What? No, go ahead.
It
say
doesn't matter.
No, go
But
ahead. Say
anyways,
it. I want to hear
but
it.
It doesn't matter.
Let's hear it.
It doesn't matter.
No, let's hear it.
It doesn't matter.
No, let's hear it. You already brought it up, so let's hear it.
I said I heard it both ways. That's all. But
I don't understand.
some people that listen to this might understand. But
I fucking hate Mark so much.
He's putting out
But the
secret,
dude,
secret
like-
Illuminati codes.
the producer only had one lung anyway, so he literally almost died from like laying on the scene and being extra.
Oh my god.
But yeah, the cops get called, and they go to the scene, and Rex just comes like walking, or he is walking with like a fucking head in hand.
Yeah, he's like, "What's up, guys? You came for the
I'm
party?"
assuming this is where Freddy vs. Jason got it from, right?
Or they got it from Intruder.
Yeah. But then after this, the cops like are there and shit. It cuts back to the police station, right? And Howard's like talking to his wife, saying like, "Do you want to go
Yeah.
back to the hotel, like you stupid bitch?" Like,
Yeah, and
I got this.
And he says he thinks that the weapon is in like the glass windows.
Yeah, and he's like, "The people beat it before."
And he's like, if we can find it, well, then we can stop Rex. And he refers to him as Rawhead Rex.
So then after
No,
that,
he
it
doesn't.
cuts.
I lied
Then it
about
cuts
that.
back to the cops again, and the cops are like, "He went that way. Let me follow him."
It's weird because they're like driving, and I think they stop because they're looking for him.
And then he pulls him out of the car.
But I think they turned around and they were started driving, but then they get pulled out of a stopped car.
Yeah, I like how he literally like they're doing a K turn and they're like mid K turn, and all of a sudden it goes, "Oh my god!" And like Rawhead's like, "Let me just take the door off real quick and pull you out of this parked car."
Then when the dude drives away and hits the little ramp and the car flips over, as it's flipping over, the windshield just falls off.
Yeah, the windshield.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Yeah,
The most well, it's in the UK, so I don't know. The
Literally,
fucking
but the windshield just doesn't crack or anything; it just falls out.
Yeah. But it was like mid turn. It was like didn't crash yet. It was like midway and it just falls completely off perfectly.
This movie's a gem so far.
Oh,
here goes one of my favorite scenes.
And
coming
then
up.
doesn't he like hypnotise the cop or something like that? I have no idea what he
Yeah,
does.
he like picks the cop who's choking him, and then his eyes are glowing. He's like, I mean, I was waiting for the porno music to start playing. Like
Yeah.
he was looking deep into his eyes.
he fucking like
This is when the movie picks up.
gets this one too. He gets this cop too, for sure.
But so they go. So then they cut back to the station, to Howard, and I guess the guy who's left in charge of the station, is getting calls and whatnot in, and Howard's like, "Oh, I got to be out there. I got to go here." And the guy's trying to tell him like, "Dude, calm down, Howard. Relax. We've got this under control." And I like how he's like, "You want me to make you some tea?" And as soon as he says it, Howard's like, "Why don't you go fuck yourself?" And I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Howard's a mad boy. Oh my god.
Oh, is this when then Declan goes out to like?
This is then it cuts to Declan.
Yeah.
And he's like just hanging out with the monster.
Yeah, he goes to Rex.
Rawhead Rex.
He meets
outside of the
his
parish,
Lord and
yeah.
Savior.
Yeah,
And then the priest comes and was like, sees him, or the Reverend dude's like,
Reverend
"What the fuck's
Coots.
going on here?
yeah.
The fuck are you doing?"
He's like sitting in his office and he hears Rex roar. So then he goes outside to investigate because that's what people do. And that's when he sees like Declan with Rex.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh shit!"
And then he
like,
runs back
yeah.
inside, and he's like, "I gotta call
Calls
the
the
cops."
police.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, isn't Rawhead peeing on Declan?
I couldn't
I
tell.
thought that too, but I was watching
there's been
360p.
debate
I couldn't tell.
There's been debate over the years whether he's urinating on him or ejaculating on him.
Well, the thing is, they have a new 4K scan, so if somebody watches that, they'll be able to tell.
Yeah, for the record, we watched like a 360 VHS copy.
Yeah.
So and then Declan's doing fucking stupid shit.
Well, Rex tries like breaking down the fucking door. I think he does break the door
Yeah,
down.
but then like
and that's when they start looking. Yeah, they're looking for the Reverend. But yeah, this is when Declan like
Full crazy.
And then like the monster like walks towards the Reverend, and then walks back to Declan, and he's like, "Kill me." He's like, "He'll kill you," and he's like, "I hope," or something like that.
who says he?
Oh yeah, they're
Declan-
downstairs.
yeah,
And he's
the
like,
Reverend-
he'll-
the Reverend
he's not
was-
what you think. He'll kill you. And he
He's
goes,
like,
I hope.
kill
And I'm
me. And
like,
he's like, "Kill me," and then he's like, then his next line's like, "Get the fuck up the stairs, fuck face."
yeah.
That saves the movie.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about when he tells him like the Reverend like to get the fuck up the stairs?
Yes.
Yeah, Declan, man, he's got them one-liners.
Yeah, he says fuck face, I die.
Well, he says he like that Rex wants to baptize him.
Yeah,
So obviously he just got baptized by Rex, got peed on.
that makes sense actually now.
And he says that they used to call him Rawhead.
Yeah.
But Declan brings the Reverend up to the chapel, like you were saying, tells him to get up the stairs,
Fuck face.
fuck face. And the Reverend like thinks he figured out that Rawhead won't go in
Yeah.
to the chapel because he's scared, I guess, of like,
Holy ground.
yeah.
And the church is also destroyed because of Declan in there too.
Coots, unfortunately, this isn't Highlander.
yeah.
Not how it's going to work.
Yeah, Rawhead just comes in, breaks fucking crucifix that the Reverend's like holding out, and fucking kills that mother sucker, or presumably like kills him.
Yep.
Because then when the cops surround the church, Rawhead comes walking out holding the Reverend,
Yeah.
and you think he's like dead, and the cops are all like distracted, and that fucking detective that
They
Rawhead got
hypnotize
to
one.
earlier starts pouring fucking gas like behind the cops, and it makes like a little trail down,
Up to the hijinks.
and then he lights that shit on fire, and it blows up like all the cop cars and all the cops. Like this is the point where like, well, even earlier, like shit starts blowing up. I'm like, I don't know how many people that died. I don't.
Yeah. There's like 30
I'm-
people.
Yeah,
The
I'm
body count's ridiculous.
literally
And
lost.
the body count rises.
Surprised I haven't heard that in a while. Howard comes, and the Reverend's like telling him that Rex is afraid of something like at the altar, and then dies. So this is when the Reverend actually dies. Howard goes into the church, and Declan like attacks Howard, and Howard like just shrugs that bitch off and like throws him to the ground.
Yeah. And yeah, then Declan's like, "Get the fuck out of here." Whenever he curses, he just yells.
Yeah, the whole second half of the movie, he's just yelling every time he says anything at all.
Howard tunes them up real good.
Yeah, and Howard like goes over to the altar and pulls like the cloth away, and it's like a box.
But you know, he pulls out a Bible and smashes Declan with it. He's like, "What's he afraid of?"
Oh well, yeah, but
And then he goes to the altar.
yeah,
Yeah, I love how Declan gets smashed by the Bible, and then like the remainder, he's like, "Oh, you hit!" Like he's like whining, laying on
Yeah,
the ground.
yeah.
He reminds me of a kid who gets like smacked in a jungle gym in elementary school, and has like been talking all this trash, and is now just crying in the corner. Oh my god!
Yeah, this is the most confusing thing. And then when he opens it, like the altar, then Declan's like goes to Rawhead and is like, "Bruh, the fuck's this guy doing?"
Yeah, and
He's like, "Something's going on with this guy."
when he like opens the lid, he like almost like the energy like almost burns him or bothers him, so he closes it and then he opens it again and retrieves like a rock / statue looking thingamajigger. Declan runs out, to Rex, like you said, and then Howard like follows him out, and he's holding up the rock
Yeah.
/ statue, and then
Declan's like, "Kill the fucker."
and
Yeah, I like how Howard's like, "Okay, Rock, do your thing.
Yeah.
Let's go."
and Rex just fucking like pushes Declan over,
Backhands him.
pushes Howard over, and grabs Declan and just like bites his neck, like kills him, blood squirting
and
everywhere.
That's the guy.
Declan, as he's being pulled closer, and it's a pretty good angle on the kill. As Declan's being moved closer, like in a very slow fashion, he's got this look on his face, like, "Oh yes, eat me."
Yeah, this is what he wanted from the beginning. He's very satisfied, even though he's dying.
Good blood spray.
So
though.
then after that, it's weird. It's like nice, but then when he
the
I
kill?
guess,
Oh,
then the Rawhead goes to go fuck up Howard, and then his wife just comes out of nowhere and fucking picks up the stone. Like, how would
Yeah.
she know that of everything on the ground? Let me pick it up and put that over my head.
you know what? You got a point there. I didn't even think about that. To be honest,
Yeah, like
with you.
She literally holds
she
above-
literally ran right to the stone.
She knew exactly what to do and how to do it. I don't know if the statue possessed her or something, or
And then as she picks up the stone, all these lights like go crazy, and Rawhead starts getting all these lights coming out of him, and he's like laying on the ground.
Yeah, there's like an aura.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on.
Or like an energy field that kind
she's
of
the last
surrounds
airbender.
everything.
I'm telling you.
It's kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
Like, kind of, sort of looks like that. and some spirit like comes out of
Yeah.
their like rock thing.
And this is like Howard's like, oh, it must be a woman that
Yeah,
needs to
and-
just do it.
Realizes it had to be a woman.
Yeah, because death is afraid of what it cannot be.
And then
Life.
as the energy's like spreading around, it creates like almost like a circular, like a spiral pattern, and rocks start coming out, like
Dude,
being formed.
I literally don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah,
And
I
then,
don't.
And then while this is happening, like that lady figure comes out, and then Howard's like, you know what, fuck this, and gets a shovel and just smacks him in the fucking
Is that what
head.
it was?
It was a shovel,
I
right?
couldn't tell if it was a shovel or yeah.
I
I
was
thought
in
it was either shovel or
360p, so I couldn't see.
stick. I just yeah.
So it looked like a shovel, and he just smacked him in the head, and then that's
Straight
it.
hell in a cell.
Yeah,
smacked him in
and
the head.
fucking Rawhead falls into like a hole. It almost looked like a tomb,
Yeah.
except it's just a hole in the ground with like a rock, and it looks like he's dead. Like
Yeah,
Rawhead's
then
dead.
nothing really happens with that.
And then some time's passed, and it shows Neil, the little boy, and he's at Andy, his older brother's grave, and Rex pops out of the ground, and that's the end.
And you know what? Like, it couldn't even be a hand. It had to be
was the
like
whole head.
It was the whole head, but like it looked like they literally just like shut the animatronics off, and they were like, "Ha ha! Look at the
But
puppet
the
head."
thing is, okay, so we'll get right into this. I like that whenever they show Rawhead, a lot of it is mostly the head, because that is the most important and detailed part. And if they were to do this movie, or the way they did this movie, I feel like is the right way to not focus on his whole body.
From my understanding, there's a book for this, obviously,
Yeah.
and it's supposed to be like a 9-foot creature. It doesn't like supposedly it doesn't look the same, right?
Yeah,
Like the way they describe it in the book. You would probably know more than I would, Rob.
yeah. Certain. I think in the book it's described to be a lot more fearsome looking.
Almost like well, it kind of looks like a Wolverine, like a wolf or something.
Like, if you can imagine the wolf's head from American Werewolf in London,
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of make that kind of hairless and a lot more. I guess the big complaint was that Rawhead's head looked very phallic, like looked very like much like a penis.
I know what phallical means.
Yeah, just saying. I don't. I'm sitting here. I'm thinking. I'm like, and I looked at it. I said, I don't really see it, but I guess I understand where some people are coming from. I guess people think that there's something about the eyes and it just being kind of dopey looking. But to be honest, like, I think they did a pretty good job.
Okay, so my other question is, where the fuck did this 1.5 million pounds go?
The explosives.
The explosives and the soundtrack in the beginning.
Because honestly, I mean, I don't know how many animatronics were in Rawhead's like head, but there's a lot of maybe the effects at the end. I don't know how hard it was for them to do effects like that back in the day.
Also, what's the conversion? Pounds to dollars.
But the thing is, you can't do it now. You'd have to go and find out what it was back then, which it's not that important right now. But either way, that's
Even
still
$1 million,
a lot of money.
like,
Yeah.
is a lot.
Yeah, for this movie.
I just
Dude, Puppet Master was made on what?
400,000.
400,000. And this didn't have many more effects than that.
what was the budget for this again? 100.
This was a 1.5 million pounds.
I'm gonna say in a safe estimate, we're talking at least $1 million.
Yeah,
Safe estimate.
that's what I'm saying.
I don't, unless it's a situation like because of where they were filming, they had to get certain permits and stuff. I think it went to the pyrotechnics and the VFX, like the after effects, like the lighting and stuff like that, like with the fake lighting and stuff like that.
Dude, even yeah, I don't know. The lighting in this is terrible too. Like you could see where they had like harsh like light setups for shots. I don't know.
A lot of stuff in the police station is really harsh light.
Yeah. I'll go first, I guess, with my review.
That's fine.
I give it a 5 out of 10. I was originally going to give this movie a 4 out of 10 because it's really not that good of a movie. But the reason I moved it up to a 5 is because I actually like this movie. I would probably watch this a bunch of times. It went pretty fast to me. If I didn't have to stop to write shit down, I would have flew through. I feel like this movie would have flew by. I actually really enjoyed it. As cheesy as it is, like I said, I think the way they did Rawhead is good, that they focused mostly on the head. It's not, like I said, it's not a good movie. Like, I don't know how serious they tried to make it, but I don't take this movie seriously. I don't know if they did when it first came out. I think it's highly rewatchable, honestly. And my favorite kill, I would have to say is either Dennis, the way, like, I don't know, Rawhead just fucking, like, catches up to him and, like, beats his ass, or the whole scene in the trailer park when he's just beating everyone's ass and, like, not giving a fuck and nobody can do anything to stop him. I don't really have a least favorite kill. Actually, maybe I do. Maybe it's the fucking Reverend. That's kind of lame. Or Robbie, because you can't even fucking see it. It's like an off-screen kind of thing. Yeah, 5 out of 10 for me, I guess. So I don't know, Mark. It's your turn. So
I don't know. I was waiting.
Fucking,
See if you're done. I wouldn't interrupt you.
Well, you always do.
I don't interrupt.
I didn't say anything.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this. This movie fucking sucks.
I had a feeling you'd say that. Like I said, it's not a good movie, but I like it.
Everything with this movie is terrible. The acting is fucking awful. Mm-hmm. The sound is awful. Maybe because I watched the VHS copy, but everything. This movie sucks. Like, I hate to say that. Like, just it sucks, but it sucks. Like, this is worse than Hellraiser to me. I think The Happening is the worst horror movie I've ever seen. This is worse than that.
Have you seen The Wicker Man with Nicolas
No.
Cage? Okay.
But so anyway, like there's like, don't get me wrong, like the part when he's in the trailer is like cool, like when he's like fucking shit up.
Yeah.
And the part when if Declan was in the movie, like I give this movie a 3. If Declan was in this, it's a 2. When he says like get the fuck up the stairs, you fuck face or whatever, I died laughing at that part. It's a 2. It's a 2 because of that. So it would be a 1 if he wasn't in it. I'm going back. It's a 2. I would never rewatch this movie ever again. I would never recommend this to anyone.
I might buy the 4K version. I'm not even joking. I might buy it.
I could see why people like it.
Yeah.
Because they're fucking stupid. No, I'm just fucking around. I can see why you like it. I'm not into this at all.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what they were trying to do. I feel like they were trying to be serious, and it wasn't good.
But I feel like it's so bad it's good. That's just me.
There's definitely movies I feel that way where it's bad, where I'm like, I like this movie, but this isn't one of them. This is like, if I had to watch this again, it would be torture.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about it, Rob?
Yeah, you picked it, so why'd you pick it?
I'm really glad to hear the reactions from both of you.
Okay, I have a question, though. You said you've seen this when you were younger.
Yes.
Did you watch it a lot, or was it like a one-time thing and you kind of remembered it?
So, Rawhead Rex, when I first saw it, I was very young, and it scared the shit out of me. And you know what's crazy? Reading the comments online about the film, I saw so many people commenting, "Oh, I can't believe I found this film. This scared the crap out of me when I was a kid." Or like, there seems to be this solid camaraderie of a bunch of us saw it on either the Sci-Fi Channel or like HBO or Cinemax or something way back in the day, and it just, I mean, when you're a young kid, Rawhead, pretty messed up creature, and I think what got a lot of young kids back then is the movie had the guts to kill a kid, straight up killed Robbie.
Yeah, I guess so.
And I think when you're a kid, you're thinking, oh, the kid's safe from the monster. The kid always escapes when you're kind of naive, and then you watch it, you're like, well, excuse me, we don't always escape. By no means is this a good movie. It is not a good movie. I'm not going to sit here and sell it as a good movie. But what I will say is, from a nostalgia factor, I always enjoyed it. I've watched it a few times now. This is probably my 4th or 5th time watching it. And I agree with you, Kyle, that it has a rewatchability factor to it. Certainly a film that you can sit down and enjoy just for the cheese factor and just because it's kind of so bad it's good. But it is not going to be for everybody, as per Mark's review. But I think if you haven't seen it, give it a shot. Watch it. What's the worst that happens? You get to the first couple minutes and you hate it so much you don't want to watch it again? I think if you kind of like that cheesy, over-the-top, film takes itself too seriously, it's so bad, it's good type of stuff, this film's right up your alley. Clive Barker, not his best work, but I could definitely see the Clive Barker touches in it, 110%. I give the film a 5 out of 10, right on par with you, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Not great, not good, not horrible. Kind of just sits right in the middle there for me. Favorite kill, definitely has to be the smackdown in the trailer park. Thing is unbelievable. I don't know which one of those kills is my
Yeah,
favorite.
it's hard to pick just one from that whole thing. That whole scene is just...
It's just...
Yeah.
You know what it is, though? It's like the movie has a really like a 4th quarter. like a football game, a straight
Yes.
fourth quarter. Like you're like, okay, we're all right, we're all right. Third quarter got a little crazy. All of a sudden, Rex goes for the Hail Mary and just wipes out a trailer park, and everybody just starts dying. I lost count. My least favorite kill is the dude who unearthed the stone. That poor guy. That poor guy was working all day just to be killed off screen and found halfway through the film.
Yeah, only a little bit of blood too.
Only a little bit of blood. Sucks.
Yeah.
So that is Rawhead Rex, and I hope that our listeners get a chance. If they haven't seen it already, give it a shot. You never know.
So yeah, that's pretty much Rawhead Rex for everyone from 1986. Again, 1986.
Moving on.
Yeah, I don't know the word I'm looking for. Anyway, we'll move on to the next pick.
Coming soon to a theater near you.
All right, Marky Jones, what's the next picky pick?
So I'm gonna go with the theme of I'm gonna pick a movie I haven't seen before.
Ooh, okay.
Because you picked, I think, 2 movies, right, that you haven't seen. You did Omen, and what else?
Man's Best Friend, which I've seen.
Okay, so that's only 2 picks you had.
No, Friday the 13th.
Okay, so
I
everything
did.
you picked, you've seen so far, right, Rob?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick April Fool's Day from 1986.
Motherfucker, I've been meaning to watch that for a while.
So-
Hell yeah.
I've never seen it.
I used to, so when I used to like go crazy back in the day and buy every movie, and I bought that movie and I never watched it, and so I've always meaned to watch it. So I saw I think someone had a shirt of it on like Instagram, and I was like going through the Explorer, so I said, you know what, I'm gonna pick that. So 1986 April Fool's Day.
Awesome.
So-
You know what's funny? I was actually going to tag you in a photo of a shirt of it, and I was going to say, this is for you.
So is this the first film that none of us have seen?
Yep.
Is it?
Yeah, I think this is the first film that all 3 of us are going in blind.
Because every movie I've picked so far, I've seen. You've seen Man's Best Friend. I've obviously seen The Omen. He's seen The Omen. He's seen Rawhead Rex. So yeah, we've seen everything. Puppet Master. Did you guys see Puppet Master? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I had never seen it, so
Yes.
You
So-
never saw Puppet Master before?
before that, no. I saw part of it and fell asleep.
Okay, cool.
So this is the big one. The first one we're all going in blind.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Don't get me wrong. I know some stuff, but not too much.
Yeah. All right, well, that wraps everything up. We have no new reviews on Apple Podcast. Nobody emailed us. It's only been like a few days. But if you want to reach out to us, you can always email us at vintagehorrorpod@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram at Vintage Horror Podcast. You can get at us on Twitter at Vintage Horror _. Just because we don't tweet doesn't mean we won't reply, so feel free to tweet. And please leave rates and reviews on Apple Podcast. I don't know what it does for us on Google Podcast, but on Apple Podcast, it would help us a lot. If we think your stuff is funny, whether it's an email or a review, we will read it on the show. I mean, shit, we'll read it on the show anyway. I don't care. But that kind of stuff helps out new podcasts a fuck ton. So please, please, please rate and review. And we'll see you guys next time. See ya.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.